Flip out that one word.
Yes, we did.
Very good. And a little bit of cussing here
Yeah, I
and there.
know. I mean, this week has been absolutely amazing in terms of politics because I've never seen so much drama play out, especially at the State of the Union. Oh my Lord, that
Do
is
you think-
insane.
Do you think what Trump did in his little rally there was drama? I think it was.
I think it was great. I
I do
mean, he
too.
needed to call it out. I mean, that was his victory lap. I think everyone's saying, oh, how inappropriate it was, but he thanked the people that helped him, okay, which is highly appropriate. He took his victory lap, which I think in this case, after being drugged through the mud for the last 3 years, I think that's highly appropriate. This whole week has been filled with just drama, but it's more drama than Desperate Housewives. Right?
I agree. But Shane, when President Trump was talking, you've heard me say it a million times, and the audience knows too, that I read body language. That's one of my main priorities is to read body language. And sure, you can get it wrong sometimes, sure.
Yeah.
But as I'm watching Trump give that celebratory speech or talk or whatever you want to call it, and he says certain things, you can see he makes the comment and then he resets and he goes, it was. I'm trying to be the way you're supposed to be, but then my dominant side comes out and says it was crooked, it was wrong, these guys are crazy, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yep.
So you may look at it and say it's on the boundaries of, another president who we've seen over the years may not have done it that way. So, yeah, okay, you want to say that. But Trump is not like any other president we had. So,
and what's funny is everyone's complaining that, presidential decorum. I don't want Trump to be like every other president.
Well, I've never seen another president do a victory lap after something great happened, and then everybody gets up and says, he says, and you did this, and you did this. He gets his team out there and goes, this team did this, and that's what a real leader does. Yeah. And I've never seen I don't remember George Bush doing that, although
the closest president I can think of would be Teddy Roosevelt. If you check Teddy out and what his history is, he's kind of aggressive too for back then. So I kind of put him back in that field.
Well, I wasn't alive back then, but I mean,
I wasn't saying that. I was saying I've read him before. I've read his quotes. I've listened to his speeches, and that's kind of the way he was back then.
But I thought it was very refreshing. I thought it was awesome. Too.
I'll back you up because there was a news clip, an audio. I don't have it here, but it goes, "I like this president. He talks our language. He comes down to our level when it comes to communicating, and that's why the people love him. So when he starts using a 4-letter curse word here and there to emphasize a point, everybody gets a good chuckle and says, all right, that's cool.
That's right. Yeah.
We know you don't normally do that, but it called for it at this particular moment.
Well, he's not some on a high pedestal. He's one of the guys, just like and that's awesome.
And one of the great things about a good leader is recognizing the people who support you, because a great leader may have great vision, but he has to be able to lead. And one of the very important things about leadership is lifting people up.
Yes.
Having confidence in other people to be able to delegate the duties to get it done. So wherever there's a great leader, there's a tremendous amount of great support below him or her or whoever. And so I find
Nancy Pelosi lift people up?
No.
What has she gotten done?
I'm just trying to make a comparison here.
Speaking of comparisons, Susan, you were nice enough to set me up with a couple of audio clips. I've got one of President Trump and then one of Pelosi. I'll play Pelosi first. I'm not going to do it now, but I'll play Pelosi first, and then you get to hear the contrast. And but her behavior in the house there was ridiculous.
She's amazing.
I mean, she's lost, and she knows that she has lost. Trump has come out of this with the highest approval rating in his presidency.
Higher than Obama,
with the economy on fire. And not on fire as in bad, on fire as in good. And I mean, all the things that he's stated in the State of the Union. Now, I was watching, a panel on CNN just for, grins and giggles, but because I don't normally do that. But I was watching them, and they have people on there saying that, in the Trump State of the Union, he was lying every 2.5 minutes. Well, that's total BS
Total.
because you can cite those facts that he was saying. You can literally go to the Bureau of
Yeah, that one.
one of the bureaus. I forgot what the name is off the top of my head, but they keep all the stats and records. You can go there and look up the
Bureau of Stats and Records.
Yeah, there you go. You can go and it's online. You can Google it and pull up all the stats for what Trump is saying, and it's factual. It's factual data.
What has the Democratic Party done? Oh, the other thing, too, about what you just said. He has a 3% higher rating this time, the same time as Obama did, with getting 90% negative news.
Yeah.
Through all that, he's still higher. Now, here's another thing I want to ask you. We were down 3 million people in the popular vote, approximately.
Yeah.
I say a tsunami red wave. I say not only do we pick up those 3, we gain another 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right in that. I don't think we'll lose the popular vote this time around, just because Trump had one term as president, and people warm up to him, have warmed up to him since 2016. But then also look who's running on the Democratic side. You have Sleepy Joe that doesn't excite anybody. You got Bernie, who wants to turn everything into a communist country. You have people who want the Green New Deal that cost us what, $73 million over 10 years or something. Everyone wants to give health care to illegal immigrants.
73 trillion.
Yeah, 73 trillion. That's what it was.
Way different number.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we're
based on who's running, I don't think that no one in this country wants that.
You got Pete's a sneaking, Biden's a sliding, Bernie's losing the burn, and Warren, what is she losing feathers in her? No comment. All right, we're going to take a break. 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Give us a call. Be part of the show. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Be back in a few. See you on the other side. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Betros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In 95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In 05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in 09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 7th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I've got Susan Sturrow with me, Shane Currington, and I've got you, the listening audience. We'd love to hear from you today, so give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. I want to start quickly with a devotional. I don't want the show to get too late. It got too late last time I did it, and I like to usually do it in this segment. So I do devotionals Monday through Friday to a long list of people via text early in the morning. I've been doing it for many years to a lot of people, and I've been blessed to have the opportunity to do it here as well. And if you're not into this kind of thing, like I always say, just put your fingers in your ear or lower the volume for about 60 seconds, and we'll be back. So today's devotional reads, Good morning. We could do nothing to earn our way into heaven. No deed, no task, no form of payback to the Lord. There is only one way, and that is belief in Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. But just because we can't earn our way to satisfy the Lord doesn't mean we can't be pleasing to the Lord. With a willing and happy heart, while still on this earth, we can do pleasing things in the sight of God. And I get this from Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. And do not neglect doing good and sharing, for with such sacrifices, God is pleased. Give a smile, a helping hand, words of advice, kind gestures, anything of goodwill and support to others. We are all here for a purpose, that is to draw people to Christ. What better way than to help others and let them see the joy that is in us? The joy of salvation through Jesus our Lord. Have a blessed day. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We plant the seed. We let the good Lord do the watering. We don't cram it down anybody's throat. And we see what comes of it. So you can raise up the volume, take your fingers out of the ear. And I got Bill Whitmire, Republican chair of Milam County, on the line. He wasn't able to come in. So let me get him on the air. Bill, welcome. Thanks for calling. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing all right. I got Shane in here, and I got Susan, and we're having a good time already. So with you entering the show and the conversation, it's just going to be a blast. You got any initial comments as to all that's been happening and transpiring since the acquittal?
It's been a pretty slow week, really. I mean, not a lot happened.
Say what?
I know.
I gave a speech last night, and I said that, and everybody in the crowd, and about 300 set of eyes looked up at me like I was nuts. But now, I listened to a little bit of his two speeches, yesterday, the one to the congressional leaders and then the one to the public. And, of course, that was all off the cuff on his part. And
do you think it was inappropriate?
No. I mean, he didn't necessarily take a victory lap, but at the same time, it kind of did. And he deserves it. I mean, after
I was going to say, what's wrong with it?
He kind of deserves it. So now it's Friday. Now it's time to get back to work. And
well, I'll tell you what. While I got both of you guys here, let me play the audio clips, and this way we can talk about it. It's the Guardian had clipped them all together. They did a lot of work for us, and Susan was nice enough to get it set up here for me. So let me play them. The first one I'm going to do, it's going to be of Pelosi, snippets of what Pelosi says. Then we'll counter it with Trump, and then I got Matt Gaetz, who gets it. So here we go with Pelosi. Stand by. Do I got enough time? Yeah, I got time to do this. All right, here we go. Everybody listen up. I think you'll enjoy it.
He's impeached forever, no matter what he says or whatever headlines he wants to carry around. You're impeached forever. You're never getting rid of that scar. And history will always record that you were impeached for undermining the security of our country, jeopardizing the integrity of our elections, and violating the Constitution of the United States.
But
I don't
not
know if the
found
president
guilty.
understands about prayer or people who do pray, but we do pray. For the United States of America, I pray for him. I pray for President Bush, still President Obama, because it's a heavy responsibility. And I pray hard for him because he's so off the track of our Constitution, our values, our country, the air our children breathe, the water they drink, and the rest. He really needs our prayers. So yesterday the Senate acted, first time in history that a senator has voted against his own president in a decision regarding impeachment. God bless him for his courage. This morning the president said when people use faith as an excuse to do, I don't know if he said bad things, but whatever he said, it was just so completely inappropriate. That was not a State of the Union. That was his state of mind. We want a State of the Union. Where are we? Where are we going? And the rest. Not let me just show you how many guests I can draw. I feel very liberated. I feel very liberated. I feel that I've extended every possible courtesy. I've shown every level of respect. I say to my members all the time, there's no such thing as an eternal animosity. There are eternal friendships, but you never know on what cause you may come together with somebody who may be perceived as your foe right now. He
That's
has
her
shredded the
backdoor to
truth
make
in his
friends with Trump.
speech.
Yeah.
He's shredding the Constitution in his conduct. I shredded his state of his mind address.
All right.
She is off her rocker. Oh my gosh.
State of the Union, we need to go see what the country's doing. He laid it all out for you, lady.
Like I said earlier, the economy is on fire in a good way. How is that not the current state of our union?
Well, you gotta look at it this way, Shane. She's running for re-election as Speaker of the House. You know, that's her next step. She's going to win re-election to office. The people in San Francisco will make sure of that. but her role as Speaker is not as certain, and she's trying to pander to that base to try to hold on to that office. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's funny when she talks about needing to pray for people, and she's practically been excommunicated from her church for her beliefs on abortion.
Yeah, funny, because Roman Catholic, she's a Roman Catholic, and man, that is major taboo.
That is.
She's been her and Biden have both been turned down for communion because of their roles and their votes on.
Yeah, it's funny you say all that because I got an article that I want to read sometime a little bit further on about abortion. I want people's opinion on what Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete, says about abortion. So I'll tell you what, I'll throw that out there to everybody. If you want to make a comment, give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, concerning pro-life or pro-abortion, thoughts on it, because I'm a pro-lifer, but there was a few instances that I would possibly concede safety of the mother, that type of deal. So I'd like to have a discussion about that too. Let me play the second clip. Actually, I probably don't have enough time to play the second clip.
One thing I wanted to say, Matt, is you know, all of them keep saying that well, there's two things, that he's impeached forever. Well, so is Bill Clinton. And you know what? Rarely do you hear anybody say former impeached President Bill Clinton.
Yeah, good point, Bill, because you're indicted, impeached. Well, you're acquitted. You're not guilty. And even so, like I've been saying since this has happened, Trump wears that impeachment as a badge of honor for standing up to these crooked people. So I would display it. Yeah, I was impeached because I was doing the right thing, draining the swamp. You couldn't handle it. I smoked you, and I was proven right and acquitted on both counts that weren't even good accounts.
Yeah. I mean, and people that are indicted all the time, you know, you hear when they talk about Ray Lewis in football, they say Hall of Famer Ray Lewis. They don't say former indicted for murder, Hall of Famer Ray Lewis. When they talk about Jay-Z, they don't say convicted, you know, former indicted for murder, Jay-Z. They talk about it. So this is her thing. And the other one was Romney voting the one vote. And she says that's the first time in history. Well, let's go back and had Nixon not resigned, they had already approved the inquiry, and only 4 people in the entire House voted against a impeachment inquiry on Nixon. Almost every Republican voted for that inquiry also, and probably almost every one of the Republicans would have voted for impeachment too, coming out of the House after Watergate. And that's why Nixon resigned. He knew he was in the wrong. He knew he was going to be removed from office, and so he left. So for her to come out and say that, it's just her trying to win re-election as Speaker of the House.
I want to follow up with something on that too about Mitt. Susan and I were discussing this, and we were saying, let's just say Mitt felt compelled because of the information he was given to him. Let's just say he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, and he believed what was said to him, and his conscience and his relationship with God made him vote that way. If that's all genuine and true, I cannot argue to the guy, because I know how my faith is. If I feel convicted, I'll do something, although a lot of people may think it contrary. But I got to squirm when I hear it. I'm afraid it's maybe a cover under the Lord. And if that is the case, that's shameful. Hopefully it's not. We're going to take a break. We'll be back on the other side.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment, or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad and names and numbers.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Oh,
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way. Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, y'all, Jeff Foxworthy here. Now, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing over and over for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's why I'm filling in for Smokey to switch things up, because there's a lot more to say. And I should know because my grandfather was a firefighter. And one of the things he taught me is that the people that love the outdoors the most are often the ones accidentally starting wildfires, which means always BYOB. No, bring your own bucket to the campfire. And be extra careful with things like burning yard trimmings. Don't just walk away, or chances are you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 7, 2020. Matt, your host here. Susan Sterles with me. I got Shane Currington and Bill Whitmire, Republican Chair of Milam County, on the line. Bill, your mic's hot. And a lot more going on. Our number here is 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. I want to do a couple of things before we continue on. I want to do the quotes part of the program. I'll list some quotes, and if you can tell me who the author is, we'll get you a nice prize. And also, I'm putting a call out specifically for the two winners of the Richest Man in Babylon book that you won this week. I'm serious. You don't pick them up today, they're gone. I'm going to rehand them out because I said I want those things used. I took it out of a tithe. I was nudged to do it, and I asked everybody to pick up their book, so I'm getting a little tough here. If you don't pick it up today, I'm giving it out to somebody else. There's some other prizes in there as well that people haven't collected. Those will be up for grabs later as well. But anyway, back to the quotes. You can tell me who the author of these quotes are. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC. And Bill, you can't say nothing because I know you know it. All right, first one. I'm not going to say the first one. It's a giveaway. Well, a lot of these are giveaways, but all right, I'll do it. All warfare is based on deception. 2, opportunities multiply as they are seized. 3, victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. Next one, know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. That should be a giveaway. A leader leads by example, not by force. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. And finally, the opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. All right, Bill, we played Pelosi. Let me play the counter from the president and see what he's got to say about all this. Now, remember, I was talking to Shane about this, I think behind the mic, Shane, it was, about body language. I'm reading the president. You know, that's what I do, ladies and gentlemen. I read body language. I learn it. I study it. I teach it. I live by it because most of the time it's correct. And when you watch President Trump talking, you can just see how confirmed he is about being justified. In other words, not being guilty. He was right. There was nothing wrong. Okay? So let me play that clip.
This is really not a news conference. It's not a speech. It's not anything. It's just we're sort of, it's a celebration because we have something that just worked out. I mean, it worked out. We went through hell unfairly, did nothing wrong. Did nothing wrong.
Right there is where you can see his
face. In my life, I will admit. Not purposely, but I've done things wrong. But this is what the end result is.
That's right.
We're still going, but I like the applause. The applause. It's good.
It was evil. It was corrupt. It was dirty cops. It was leakers and liars. And this should never, ever happen to another president, ever. We were treated unbelievably unfairly. And you have to understand, we first went through Russia. So we had a campaign. Little did we know we were running against some very, very bad and evil people with fake dossiers, with all of these horrible, dirty cops that took these dossiers and did bad things. They knew all about it. The FISA courts should be ashamed of themselves. It's a very tough thing. And then we ended up winning on Russia. It should have taken the one day, as I said, and it took years. Then Bob Mueller testified. That didn't work out so well for the other side. And right at the beginning, he knew we were right, Mike. And I appreciate it very much. You're just fantastic. And say hello to the people of Utah and tell them, I'm sorry about Mitt Romney. I'm sorry. Okay? They're vicious and mean. Vicious. These people are vicious. Adam Schiff is a vicious, horrible person. Nancy Pelosi is a horrible person. And she wanted to impeach a long time ago when she said, I pray for the president. I pray for the president. She doesn't pray. She may pray, but she prays for the opposite. We'll probably have to do it again because these people have gone stone cold crazy. But I've beaten them all my life. And I'll beat them again if I have to.
Ugh.
But what they're doing is very unfair. Very unfair.
All right, there you go.
You know, I could say that, Nancy Pelosi might be praying for Trump, but she's not praying the way, she's praying that Trump will see her way of doing things or whatever. But really, when we pray, it's like, the Lord's Prayer, thy will be done. So it has nothing to do with us. It has to do with the will of God, and that's the end of it. But so if Nancy Pelosi is praying for the president, it's not that the Lord's will be done. It's that the president will start seeing things her way, and that's not the way it needs to be.
Her will be done.
Exactly.
Exactly. When I'm laying in bed at night, I look up at the ceiling, and I have a very intimate relationship with the ceiling fan because
it sounds a little weird.
No, not really, because all things come from the Lord, and I say to myself, that ceiling fan comes from the Lord. The ability to come up with the materials and all that kind of stuff. And while I'm praying, I say, Lord, I lift up all leaders, whoever they are, in positions of power, that they do the right thing for the right reasons, at the right time, for the right purpose, so on and so forth. So it's like, don't pray it your way, pray it the way it's supposed to be, and let the good Lord put a blessing on it. Bill, we're gonna take a break. Larry, I know you're on the line. Please stand by. I'll get you right after the commercial break, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes. See you on the other side.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family-owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, QuickWrenchAutomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got 2 more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Art Coons, the owner of ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer, Texas, is an avid gun enthusiast and enjoys helping all of his customers to find the gun that's perfect for them. With a large selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, finding the right gun becomes easy. Go to ANC Firearms, located at 5819 U.S. Highway 190 in Heidenhammer, or call them 254-983-4417. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives, and a whole lot more. ANC Firearms, 254-983-4417.
Bankruptcy attorney Ed Laughlin.
I really hate to see families suffer, especially when there's something they can do. If you have too many bills to pay, the truth is that filing bankruptcy may be the best thing you ever do. I'm not just saying it, let me prove it to you. That's why I offer a free initial consultation. Call me, because you shouldn't just have to sit there and worry.
Call 1-800-492-2589. The phone call is free, and so is the appointment. You're going to feel a whole lot better.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host. I got Susan Sturl with me, Shane Currington, Bill Whitmire, Republican chair of Milam County, on the line. I've also got Larry. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right to Larry, see what he's got to say. Bill, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. And Larry, you're on the air, buddy.
Hey,
Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, that was Sun Tzu. I had it at All Warfare is Based on Deception.
Absolutely, buddy. Great book. Have you read the book?
To apply, especially in Iraq.
Did you read the book?
I did. I have it on audiobook too, actually.
Fantastic. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I was turned on to it a long time ago and haven't turned back since. Now, look, Susan's got something for you. Do you have anything in particular? I got a patriotic poster with a George Washington quote and a gorgeous-looking gun on it. I've got a cup.
Yeah, I'll take the George Washington thing there. That sounds pretty interesting. Sure.
Yeah, trust me, you'll like it.
Two things real quick to offer, though. On the Nancy Pelosi thing, 2 Peter chapter 3, I believe, says, "The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayers." So I'm sure she prayed, but what you saw was the result of what she didn't want. It was the opposite. I think, that's between her and the Lord on that.
Hey, Larry, how about this? How about this one, Larry? How about this one? When people are in positions of influence and power and they start spewing out biblical stuff, for example, here I am on the radio and I do my devotional. It says in the Bible, look, you're looked upon a little bit stricter because you're the one spewing out the words. You better be right in your thought, in your mind, in your heart. And so when they start spewing out this stuff, and there's no heart to it, they're putting themselves in a little bit of danger there, I think.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and they're ignorant to it, or they just don't believe it in the first place, and are using it as political manipulation.
Yeah, exactly.
But the other aspect of that is Psalm 73, where it says, "Hey, Lord, if they're an enemy against me, let them fail." And we could pray for our leaders, but my thought is, hey, if they're against us, we need them to fail, and if the Lord doesn't want them to fail, then what do we do? Just roll over and take it, or where do we go from there?
I want to clarify. I want to make one clarification of what you said. It's the victory of the country, and I know you know this, but I want the words to go out there. It's not what the Republicans want to win, and they're their enemies. It's the safety and the growth and the advancement of the country and what it means. You look up on top of that flagpole, and all that it represents is what we're protecting. It's not one person's.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know you know that. I got to state that because some people may misconstrue it, and I just don't want that to happen.
Fair enough. Hey, have a great day, guys.
Yeah, you too, Larry. Thanks for the call.
Well, one thing I want to add to the
back on, Bill,
to this conversation is that if Trump is walking in God's will and doing what he's supposed to do, then Trump is not going to fail, okay? Because as long as he's doing what the will of God is, then it's just like the Israelites and all that stuff.
Well, look at the story.
God's going to walk with him.
Look at the story of Joseph.
Yeah,
Joseph went through a bunch of crap to get to be the second in power of Egypt, right?
Yep.
And so here you got Trump going through all this crap. What's he doing? Maybe it's for the purpose of showing people and waking them up to the reality of what they're being manipulated by.
Yeah.
And so hopefully in the
Have
in the
to
end,
say that's very profound right there. What you said.
wow.
I know.
I
That's,
mean, it really is.
That's like the highest honor you can get from.
I'm
our
quitting now. I'm
executive
walking
producer.
out the door. All right, Bill, go ahead. I'm waiting for you, Bill.
Here's the thing,
I
guys.
said you're right. Whoa, a woman said I'm right. Whoa.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We stepped on you, Bill. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'll tell you this. When you look at it, and everything else that happened over this week, the one thing that's got to be burning in Nancy Pelosi, worse than anything in the world, is that the president had almost every congressional Democrat on hand for Rush Limbaugh's award ceremony.
And that was great, too. That was
To
great.
give him the Presidential Medal of Freedom in front of every congressional Dem. That had to eat her up. I mean, just absolutely. I mean,
She made that
he
comment,
planned
Bill.
it that way too. He planned it that way too, because traditionally they do it in the East Room of the White House, and they have a ceremony there, and they invite. But he did it at the State of the Union in front of all the Democrats. That was just brilliant.
Now, Bill, here's another thing based on body language. A couple of reports came out that stated that Trump was possibly going to think, and I only got about 20 seconds here. Actually, I got no time. We'll be back on the other side of the break.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council. To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host here. Susan Sturl with me. Shane Currington. And I got Bill Whitmire, Republican Chair, Milam County. Bill, forget what I was talking about because I can't remember. Can't remember what I was saying there. But I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Unless you got a comment to say right off the bat, I'm going to go play the third clip. I wanted to see, we're talking about Nancy Pelosi. And you may not have heard this, Bill, but I was going through a lot of the news clips and audio clips and taking down the things that were said about Pelosi concerning her shredding the State of the Union address. And I don't know if you know it, you probably do, but she planned it. You could see in the video her partially tearing the papers. She would grab it, go underneath the desk, tear it a little bit, bring it back up, and you could see the tears. And then when she went to go rip it, she went to the exact spot, okay? So it was pre-planned. So I've got 14 things describing Pelosi when she did that. I've got incredibly petty, childish, a new low, disgraced herself, dishonoring, should be stripped of her gavel, disgusted, insulted, unbecoming, pitching a hissy fit, disrespectful. She had a meltdown, totally uncalled for. I like this one. Some lady called in on this one. I can't remember her name. Unclassy hag.
Well,
wait, we had one more.
Yeah.
PTSD, President Trump stress disorder.
Well, she's doing the same thing she accuses Trump of doing, having a temper tantrum. Right, Bill?
I tell you, man, that was planned from the get-go, and I think she really thought it was going to be a speech like last year. If you remember last year, he really wailed on the Democrats, that whole speech. And I think and then the year before that, I think she was planning on that to happen, and she had already started the process. And I don't know that she listened to the whole speech, to be honest with you. She probably read it already because they release it to certain people beforehand. But that whole thing was planned, and I don't think she actually did read it, to be honest with you.
Well, I'll tell you, based on her body language, Bill, she wasn't. She was listening intermittently. She was too focused on bouncing in her seat like a little kid.
Tearing that paper, and you're right. You watched her, and she tore each sheet, and then right as soon as he was finishing up, she put all those sheets together at the tears and was ready to go. And we have several Gold Star families in our area. And I talked to several of them last night at our Texas Independence dinner in Cameron and Reagan Day dinner, and they were horrified and just hurt tremendously by that because, basically what she did was she tore up every person, everything that was in there. She tore it up.
Tuskegee Airmen, grandson.
Tuskegee Airmen, the Ellie Schneider, born at 21 months. Caleb Mueller, who was killed by al-Baghdadi, all that stuff. She tore that up, and those women in white, somebody made the comparison that they're not racist, but they're just as bad as anything that could have happened racist. I mean, it's the truth. When, I fact-checked most of that speech, and what he said is true. In recorded time, it's the lowest minority unemployment rate ever. It's the lowest women's unemployment rate ever. It's the lowest unemployment rate overall in 50 years.
Bill, are they still going on the I'm sorry. Are they still going on the strategy that if they say the lie long enough, it becomes the truth? Because that's the only thing I can think of what they're doing.
Yeah, essentially. But here's the thing. He also grasped things that Democrats believe in, in that speech, and the reinforcing traditionally black colleges, and helping them strengthen that group. That's traditionally a Democrat deal, and I can't think of it, healthcare issues, pre-existing issues. He championed that in the speech, and that's always been a Democrat stronghold. And what was funny was when he championed those things in the speech and what he said about them was true, they are working on those things and they are making progress on those things. All those women in white sat on their hands.
Yep.
3/4 of all new jobs last year went to women. And those women in white sat on their hands because it was beyond them to cheer what's working out well for women and admit they're wrong and admit that President Trump's right. So they sat on their hands. and didn't do anything.
That brings me up to a question, Bill. We got about 20 seconds. A real quick question for Bill and Shane, based on your recollection. Has this always been the case where one side or the other just sits down, or has it been a new phenomenon? I go back as far as Clinton. I think it started in the Clinton era. Do you know what I'm talking about, where they just sit there?
Yeah.
And, did it go back further than that? Because from what I can remember, you didn't agree with the president, but at least you stood up and applauded on good things that were for the country.
I think it started in Clinton's second term.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
You know?
Okay, I got to take a hard break. Top of the hour break. We'll be back in about 5-6 minutes. Bill, if you can hang tight, that'd be great. See you on the other side.
Hey, y'all, Jeff Foxworthy here. Now, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing over and over for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's why I'm filling in for Smokey to switch things up, because there's a lot more to say. And I should know because my grandfather was a firefighter. And one of the things he taught me is that the people that love the outdoors the most are often the ones accidentally starting wildfires, which means always BYOB. No, bring your own bucket to the campfire. And be extra careful with things like burning yard trimmings. Don't just walk away, or chances are you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Don't leave me lonely tonight. Please say it's alright.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. February 7, 2020. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Sturl with me. Shane had to leave. Bill will be back probably in the 10 o'clock hour. And if you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, this show cannot stay on the air without sponsors. So we are very appreciative of all our sponsors. You too can become a sponsor as well. We reach thousands of people all across the planet. And, if you've got a product or service you want to promote out there, we've got some fantastic rates and times. People dial into the show. It's not like you put a product or a service in a commercial and somewhere on a 24-hour clock it's heard and you don't know who heard it. People dial into the show. They're like-minded people. So if you got it doesn't matter if the product doesn't pertain to the things that I do or politics. If it's a good product or service, you got thousands of people listening to it. So check it out. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about it. And 866-895-6442. Tell you what we got on the burner here for you to handle that. But speaking of which, we've got a great sponsor, a very good friend of mine, a long-term sponsor of my other show and this show. It's Arch Kuntz of ANC Firearms. And this product spotlight that I'm going to do for him, I usually do a product spotlight once a week for him, is not really about any gun in particular. It's about a style of gun. And I'm going to combine with it not only the great application of the style of firearm, but technically the law on how to use it. Okay? Here we go. You know of the AR rifle platform, correct? And you know of the AK-47 rifle, and you know of any other type of gun you can think of that is a rifle. Well, when they manufacture those rifles into pistols, all that really means is they hacked the barrel off, took the stock off, and you've got a pistol. The barrel length is less than 16 inches, okay? And if it's a barrel less than 16 inches, you can't call it a rifle unless you got a short barrel rifle tax stamp for it if it's got a stock. So if there's no stock on it, it's considered a pistol. So let's talk about the AR pistol. The AR pistol can be a fantastic firearm for you to own. And an AK pistol can be fantastic. Any rifle that is made into a pistol form can be fantastic if you understand how to use it, what its practicality could be. And with the use of arm assist I don't want to say stocks, but arm assists that go on the back of those rifles, you've got a firearm that almost looks like a short barrel rifle, although there's no tax stamp necessary, no federal paperwork to go through other than buying the firearm from the dealer, the person who's selling it, ANC Firearms, for example. But here's the thing. What good is it if you can't carry it around, right? Well, there's an answer to that. When people buy when people buy an AR pistol, let's just stick with AR because everybody's familiar with that. An AR rifle, now it's built into an AR pistol. means the barrel's shorter than 16 inches and you've got some type of rear support system for your arm or something that you can rest on your shoulder, like the SIG arm braces. But when you look at it from a distance, it almost looks like a short barrel rifle. So people have a tendency to forget and walk out and walk around this wherever they are with this pistol that looks like a rifle, and they're becoming in violation of the law because you cannot carry a pistol unless you're licensed to carry outside, or licensed to carry. And if you're licensed to carry, it must be in a shoulder holster or a hip holster, okay? So you've got this firearm that's fantastic, has great application, but if you sling it on your shoulder, you're wrong. If you carry it, you're wrong. So as long as you realize all you have to do with this AR pistol is maybe sling it around your shoulder and attach it into some form of hip holster, which I have, by the way. It's called the Harp, and it's holster for an AR pistol. You go to aaronsgunshop.com and you go to the products page, you'll see it. But it's not about me. It's about ANC Firearms because they can get you those type of firearms. But I want you to know so that you can open up your mind to the possibilities of how to use these weapons. If you go to ANC Firearms, you say, hey, I want an AR pistol, be assured that you won't be confined by just saying, oh, it looks great, it looks cool, I have to go to the range. Technically, if you wanted to carry it on the street, you could. Now, would you? Probably not. But some people might like to do so. And to do so in a legal fashion, it must be in a shoulder rig. And it's very difficult to put an AR-15 pistol in a shoulder rig. But it's extremely easy to put it in a hip holster. And if, like I said, if you go to aaronsgunshop.com, go to the products page and check out the Harp holster, you'll see what I'm talking about. It takes care of a lot of things. It also takes care of if you have a long rifle and you don't want the thing bouncing around, the holster that I have confines it. So what you need to do is to go to ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer, give them a call. 254-983-4417. Check out all they've got to offer. Great staff. They have got pistols, revolvers, rifles, shotguns, ammunition, reloading equipment, holsters, accessories, knives, scopes. Got a lot of things. Check it out, and if they don't have it there at the moment, they can get it for you. They're very willing to please. So the number is 254-983-4417. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, this show cannot stay on the air without sponsors. ANC Firearm is committed to supporting not only me, but this program, and he's done it for many years. And all we ask is that before you make that purchase, to go to ANC Firearms and give them a chance to service you, to give you the product, and because it's a circle of life. You support them, they support us, we stay on the air, and everybody's happy, right? So check it out. Okay, and don't forget also, now I am going to talk about Aaron's. I'm providing yearly memberships, and what the yearly membership gives you is free range time, free gun transfers, guns at cost, which is a pretty nice deal, and you get to associate with a lot of great people. We've also got the High Cap Adventure podcasts. They're on Google Play and Spotify and iTunes. The first Friday, which is this Friday, which is tonight, is 2 for Night. I will be there. It will be open. And we had a death in the family, which was causing a little disturbance in the hours, but we worked it out. I will be there. So this Friday night is 2 for Night. Come on out. It's either half price or your partner is free for range time. Second Friday, which will be next Friday, is the round robin competition. Got great prizes available for that. Third Friday is ladies' nights. I'm offering license to carry classes, seminars for advanced self-defense training and home invasion. So just go to aaronsgunshop.com. If you got any questions, give me an email at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com. And also, I have the online gun store as well at aaronsgunshop.com. Check out the Gallery Gun page. So much stuff, but be sure to give ANC Firearms a call in Heidenhammer. Go to them in Heidenhammer. Check out the place. It's a cool bank. It's an old bank that's been turned into a gun shop. You got the creaky oak wood floors. You got the atmosphere of a really cool place. So check it out. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue on with the program. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. See you in a few minutes. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Petros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in names and numbers.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. It's February 7th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Sturl with me and you, the listening audience. Like to get your calls, please, at 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. And once again, I want to put out there to the winners of the book that I had called The Richest Man in Babylon. You need to pick it up by close of the radio show today, or actually the close of Ed's office today. Otherwise, we recycle it and give it to somebody who will pick it up immediately to use it, because it means a lot to me, those books. I've explained it before. I'll explain it again if necessary. But I want them out there being used. A closed book does nothing for anybody, so you've got to open them up, read it, and learn from it. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I had a question before. I'm going to get to this topic later, but I'm going to present the question just to get it rolling. And what do you think about this? You've got where people say women have a right to choose what to do with their body when it comes to abortion. I got a problem with that, and I'll tell you why. If you're of the Christian faith and a man and a woman join, they become one flesh. And if that is the case, why is it the woman has the choice alone? She may listen. She may hear what the other part is saying, but it's not fair. You are joined as one, and you can just say, hey, screw you, I'm going to get it aborted or whatever. I'm just curious to see what you think on that. A man and a woman become one. The man should have say as well. Give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC. And I'm pro-life, but I do have a couple categories that I'm open to. And I know there's some people who are hard on pro-life, and I totally respect it. But I look at it on these couple extreme counts, and I think there should be a little bit of leniency on it. That's my personal opinion. So give me a call, 866-89-LOGIC. Man and a woman become one based on the Christian faith. So why is it that the woman only has the right to choose? Give me a call. Now, State of the Union address, President Trump was giving a long list of things and accomplishments, right? And Pelosi saying they're all pages filled with lies. He mentioned about the wall and about how illegal immigrants coming across the border has dropped dramatically. And that can be verified. I got an article here. It says, and I go, what more has to be said for you libs to understand? Here we go. California sheriff. Illegals committing more repeat crimes due to sanctuary laws. Orange County, California has seen a 38% spike in repeat offenses by criminals present in the U.S. illegally due to the state's sanctuary policies, according to Sheriff Don Barnes. In a press release, the Orange County Sheriff's Department documented crimes committed by illegal aliens after their release from custody for previous offenses, including rape, domestic abuse, robbery, and assault. Let's see. State Bill 54 has made our community less safe. The law has resulted in new crimes because my deputies were unable to communicate with their federal partners about individuals who committed serious offenses and present a threat to our community if released, said Barnes. The 2-year social science experiment with sanctuary laws must end. Rather than protect our immigrant community, the laws have enabled offenders to be released, oftentimes back into the immigrant communities they prey upon, and create new victims. California officially became a sanctuary state on January 1st, 2018, with the implementation of Senate Bill 54, which protects illegal aliens from federal immigration enforcement and severely restricts communication between police and agencies such as ICE. The Senate bill restricts law enforcement from notifying, transferring, and communicating with federal immigration authorities regarding certain offenders. Let's see here. The Orange County Sheriff basically says the implementation of this bill has also effectively ended the Sheriff's Department 287G program, which allowed custody deputies to place detainers and undocumented individuals in the Orange County Jail. And finally, deputies do not ask for immigration status in the performance of their duties, and they do not make arrests for violation of federal immigration laws. However, in a custody setting, sharing information is critical to public safety and serves as a valuable tool to ensure those harming others are removed from the community. So here you've got the sheriff saying, your plan isn't working. Your sanctuary cities aren't working. It's causing a spike, 38% spike in crime. And Pelosi says it's a lie. Pelosi, you're full of shit. In one way or another. I'll leave it at that. Okay, I got Con on the line. Con, let me get you set up here. Give me a second. And if you want to give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC. Love to hear what you got to say. And Con, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind, buddy?
Well, I just want to agree that women have the right of, they have their free agency to do different things, just like all of us do. But I'm going to say that she exercised her right of choice when she chose to take a roll in the hay with her boyfriend. That was her right of choice, and she chose not to use contraceptive. Then her right of choices are over because she already made the choice.
I know, but what about
the wrong one?
What about the point I made though that as a Christian, you understand that when a man and a woman get together, they become one. So if they're one, how can one half of it make the decision? Where's the other half?
Well, yeah, who speaks for the kid? That's my problem. You know, we're denying the baby the right of choice. And now I'll say that the exception to the right of choice that I'm talking about is under rape or incest. In that situation, I might agree that she has a right to end the pregnancy, but because her choice or her free agency was violated by someone,
Yeah,
that forced her to do what she did.
I'd add one more to that. That would be potential death of the mother, of course, during birth. So I would add that. So those are the three I usually go with.
But it's all about free agency. We all have our free agency to choose right or wrong. And, you know, if you're a Christian, hopefully you'll choose right more often than you'll choose wrong. But we all have the right of choice and the free agency. I have the free agency to go down and rob the bank. I'm not going to because it's wrong. It violates my Christian principles. But I have the free agency to do it, even though it's wrong.
Let me add on to that. So we have the free agency to engage in sex and then accidentally get pregnant. So in my humble opinion, because I believe what I believe, I would say for the young lady to continue it out and give it away if she's not wanting a child, as compared to take the child's life when the child has no way to defend itself.
Well, and you know, when that baby has heartbeat, brain function, blood flow, etc., that is a living human being. And if you take the life of that living human being, that used to be called murder. I think it still is.
Last time I checked, it was.
You know, the shedding of innocent blood is defined as murder in the Bible. And I believe that to be murder.
You know, Con, in this day and age, the way we are, I understand things happen, especially in the younger ages. I totally get it. You know, the passions are there, the puppy love type of deal, stupidity, and accidents happen. And if the accident happens, in the day and age we live in, it's not a shameful thing anymore like it used to be. And I highly recommend that those who are in those positions to let your baby come to birth and give it away if that's the case, if you can't handle it. There's so many loving people out there who would love to have a child that can't have it. And who knows, maybe it'd be a blessing. If you accidentally got pregnant, who knows? Maybe it's a way of God helping somebody else who just truly wants a child. Don't abort. Let it go through full term and give it up to somebody who's going to love that child to death, you know? Because the child had nothing to do with it.
And you don't accidentally go to bed with somebody. You know, that's not an accident. That is a choice, is what that is. And like I say, we all have the right to our free agency, but it's up to us to either punish bad behavior or reward good behavior. And that's what it all comes down to. When you continue to reward bad behavior, what can you expect to get more of?
More bad behavior. All right.
hand.
Con, I appreciate the call. Thanks. And Terry and Mitch, I really want to speak to you, so stand by. We'll be back in a few minutes, and I'll get you on. Thanks a lot for the call. We'll be back in just a minute.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad and names and numbers.
Sweet strawberry icing. You were strolling along in Goodwill when just past that mid-century side table and denim jacket you spotted them, nestled in their display case. Miniature donut earrings. Oh, yes! Yes! Your favorite half-breakfast pastry, half-all-day dessert food, made into your favorite form of ear candy. Oh, my. Those bejeweled sprinkles have satisfied some unknown hunger within you. Shh. Do you smell that? That's the sugary scent of shopping success. For this is Goodwill. And with every item you buy, you fund local job training and more. So go forth. Bring home those donut earrings. And bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 7th, 2020. Matt, your host. I'm with Susan Sterl. We should have Bill Whitmire, Republican chair of Milam County, calling back in the 10 o'clock hour. He had a business that came up. I've got Terry on the line. I got Mitch on the line. But before we get to you guys, just give me a second. Let's go through some protocol here. If you want to be on the show, give us a call at 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social medias at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Susan, you got something special coming up. I want people to know about this too. Go ahead.
Yeah, that is booked full, so there's no other.
Really? That's great.
But the
Well, tell them what it was, though.
It was Paint with Your Love on February 9th.
I think the paint's going to move off the canvas. I'm telling you. It's gonna...
I do have art classes coming up on February 27th, though, another 6-week session. And if you're interested, go to my Facebook page, which is Sterle, STERLE, Fine Art Studio, where you can see the event. I'd like for you to go in and do 6 weeks of lessons, and so you can see, some improvement
Progression,
on what you're doing there. I also do commissions for folks. Commission paintings make unique and special gifts. They're treasured for many years to come.
I know you've done one for me, and I treasure it
unique.
already.
So what you do there is you can go on my blog. It's susansterlblog.com. You can see all my work and some commissions that I've done for folks. And if you're interested, message me on Facebook, and I will we'll talk about size and price and that kind of thing.
You know, there's something special about 6 weeks because I do training for 6 weeks. It's like 2 weeks is too short. You're still clumsy. 4 weeks, oh, you're starting to get the hang of it. And then the next 2 weeks is like, I got this thing down smooth. So it's the same thing with a lot of other things as well. Okay, I've got Terry and Mitch on the line. Before I get them, I wanted to reiterate what we were doing here. I was watching Mayor Pete being interviewed and being asked questions about infanticide. And he was basically saying it's up to the woman to do it, even up to the point of birth. And he's trying to wouldn't answer the question directly, but he's kind of saying, you know, it's the woman's choice. We don't know what to tell them, so it's up to her. And my thing was, a man and a woman, if you're a Christian, a man and a woman become one. Then the man should have just as much say in that as compared to the woman. I got an issue with that. And the other issue is I'm pro-life. And unless it's under certain conditions, and even then some people would argue with it, but I'm just going to limit it to those three, and it was incest, rape, and the woman could potentially die for the birth. I get that, okay? I can relate to that and understand it better than I can just say, oh, you just felt like having a nice time in the sack there. You got pregnant. Oops, it's inconvenient for my lifestyle. Let me abort the baby. No, that don't fly. So let me get Terry on the line, see what Terry's got to say. And Terry, I appreciate you waiting. Let me get you set up here. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. What's on your mind, Terry?
Great for having me. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, you do realize that you pulled out a double-edged sword for everybody right now, correct? Just basically, when I say that, and what I mean by that is a very controversial subject.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and in saying that, I realized I wanted to put that in front of everybody that this is my opinion. I don't oppose. I don't shove it down nobody's throat. I won't go and do anything about this. It's because there's two things that people need to remember, especially in the Judeo-Christian society, that God, and the debate, I don't want to get into it, but I believe, my opinion, God predestined everybody to go to heaven. However, he gave us free will.
That's correct.
And, okay, so with that free will, we can start from the bottom up and talk about, just like you're talking about gun control and everything else, if a woman, I cannot impose my views. And I totally agree with you that dad should have rights. I do believe that. But more importantly, it's where their Christian faith and their belief is the bottom line. And they're, just like the scripture says, they're going to, everybody's got to answer for what they've done. And murder is murder.
Well, Terry, let me ask a question real quick. Let's say we don't have a Christian value, and the woman in the couple have a pregnancy and they don't want it, and the man doesn't have say. Let's just talk legalistically at the moment. Sure. Why can't the guy have just as much say, since it's part of him in there as well? Granted, it's the woman carrying it, but it doesn't matter. It should be equal. Now, when you put it in the religious aspect of it, the two become one, so they should be thinking as one and be able to talk as one, so on and so forth. Right. So clarify that. Okay, well, just opinion. Even atheists, and let's jump off the bandwagon of Christianity for a second. Even atheists, they and you got to admit this, they honor the earth, the trees, the grass, and the animals, especially the animals, through PETA and stuff like that. But what kind of people would honor that and defy human life? That's a very good question, because it does come up a lot. You got 10 seconds before a break. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. But anyway, just to make it short, and it's impossible to do. Y'all have a great day, and I pray with all my heart that these people that are listening in your audience, sir, I pray that they make right decisions, and not just based off anything, but peace be with you in Christ, and y'all have a great day. Well, heck, Terry, I'll pray that with you. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll come back in just a minute, and we'll get Mitch on the line. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Thanks, Mitch, for holding.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family-owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, QuickWrenchAutomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got 2 more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Art Coons, the owner of ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer, Texas, is an avid gun enthusiast and enjoys helping all of his customers to find the gun that's perfect for them. With a large selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, finding the right gun becomes easy. Go to ANC Firearms, located at 5819 U.S. Highway 190 in Heidenhammer, or call them 254-983-4417. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives, and a whole lot more. ANC Firearms, 254-983-4417.
Bankruptcy attorney Ed Laughlin.
I really hate to see families suffer, especially when there's something they can do. If you have too many bills to pay, the truth is that filing bankruptcy may be the best thing you ever do. I'm not just saying it, let me prove it to you. That's why I offer a free initial consultation. Call me, because you shouldn't just have to sit there and worry.
Call 1-800-492-2589. The phone call is free, and so is the appointment. You're going to feel a whole lot better.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 7th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Sturl with me. Susan, having a good show. Good show, a lot of good calls, good conversation.
Are you surprised?
No. I got Mitch on the line, too. Mitch, give me about 30 seconds. Let me go through this protocol here. If you want to be on the show, we'd love to have you on the show. Give us a call at 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. I got on the topic of abortion because I was watching Mayor Pete Buttigieg, I think that's how you say it, getting backlash from his comments on infanticide, where allowing the mother to have the choice to abort even at birth. I think it's crazy. And I was asking, in the Christian realm here, a man and a woman, they become one when they have sex. And so the man should have say as well. And if you took the Christian aspect out of it and you just did it on the legalistic side of it, the man should still have say since it's part of him getting grown in there. So let me get Mitch on the line, see what he's got to say. Mitch, I appreciate your patience. Thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. What's on your mind?
Well, you had made a comment earlier, Matt, about sometimes when they get pregnant, it's an accident. Not really an accident, because God made us so that a sperm and an egg, when they come together, you have a human being. Now, the issue I have is when, and I realize that.
Well, Mitch, let me clarify something, Mitch. What I meant by that was sometimes people are trying to be very cautious as to what they do. Let's say it's a legitimate relationship and they're trying to be cautious and they're using some type of contraceptive. I know some people are against that, but it didn't work. And now they're pregnant. And then they say, well, we need to get rid of it. Okay, so that's where I was kind of coming from.
Okay, but again, I mean, would you play Russian roulette? I know I wouldn't. And yeah, contraceptives, everybody should know, and I've heard it multiple times, they're not 100% of the time.
That's true.
So it's still not an accident. When someone gets pregnant, it was meant to happen. And sadly, and I agree with you, that a lot of times the man has no choice in what's happening.
I agree. So how does one go about fixing that?
Christian values, and if you get pregnant, be responsible. Don't say, well, we don't want to keep this one, because who knows what that baby may grow up to become.
That's
they
right.
Become the president, for God's sake. We don't know.
That's
God has a plan for all of us.
That's my big grind on this, is the such lax attitude of, it's contradictory to my lifestyle. Look, something happened. You're responsible. This is a child. This is a person who cannot protect themselves. Let them be born, like you just said. Who knows? I've heard many a story from people who have had an abortion and then who have decided not to do it after they've had one before, and they regret it so much because they see the beautiful child that they have and what they grow up to be. So I was, yeah, you can legally do it, but man, being legal isn't always right and profitable. You know what I mean?
Yep. I think we're in alignment. It's just a slightly different view.
Yeah, in this kind of conversation, we can generally be going in the same direction at a high speed with a little bit. Maybe we crossed the white line a couple times, but in general, it's going in the right direction. The main point is this: a life is a life, and it's not protected. We have to protect it. It can't defend itself. We need to protect it. So in whatever shape, way, or form you got in that position, you need to realize that. And it's not just, it's inconvenient. I just can't do that. What do you think about the three that I say about rape, incest, or potential death of the mother?
I agree with you, especially in the case of incest or the potential death of the mother. I mean, I'm a devout Christian, so to speak, but yeah, incest, because the way babies can turn out from incest, it's not good.
And I'm assuming rape is okay?
No, rape is not okay. I'm on the fence on that one. I really am. I don't know what to think. I mean, bottom line is, it's still a baby. It wasn't a baby by choice, but God had a reason for that child. I can't in my feeble human mind understand what the reason is, but I never question God.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly where you're coming from. The only thing that makes me hesitate is I put myself in the person's position, and I think I would not want somebody to force me to do something in a situation like that. So I have a challenge with that particular one. But like you said, we're going in the same direction, crossed the line a couple times, but we're good. I got to take a hard break. I appreciate your call, Mitch.
Okay.
All right, talk to you soon.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And, with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Oh,
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way! Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host. I'm with Susan Sterl. It's February 7th, 2020. If you want to be on the show, give us a call at 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. We've been having some good discussions when it comes to the abortion aspect of debates. And why does a woman always have the choice and the man seems to not have any part involved with it? We've got both the legalistic side of it, the spiritual side of it. Good commentaries, good points. It's a discussion that can raise the blood level, the blood pressure level. But I like to present it because the child is not able to defend itself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do, I'm going to do a little change up here. I normally do my opinion piece on the third hour. I'm going to do it this time, at this hour. And the opinion piece is titled, "Would You Miss Me If I Were Gone?" Ladies and gentlemen, if after today I was gone, would you miss me? Or would you fill up your time with something else and the memory of me would quickly fade away? Have I left something with you in mind, thought, and spirit that will stick with you through time or may apply as a useful tool in your life? Did I make a difference in your life when it came to idealism and esprit de corps when it comes to our nation? Was I clear in my illustrations on weapons use, care, and safety? Did I present to you special guests who shared their special skills and traits and with hope may have rubbed off those skills to you? Did I speak words of encouragement? Did I express an air of friendship? Did I make you laugh, make you think, make you move to action? All of those things and more is what I hope to have conveyed to all of you. I hope that it's worthy of holding on to, thinking about, and applying parts of it to your own way of being. As I hope all these things, I more so hope that you are doing the same thing to others and not living your life in a bubble. We can all be mentors, teachers, advisors, friends. So many out there need someone like that. That someone could be you, can be you, is you. You can be the difference in someone's life. You can be a positive influence to someone who has lost their way or just needs some good advice. Do you want to live as a mere vapor, here today and gone tomorrow? Your life experiences can't be bought. They must be lived, but they can be shared. Sharing your knowledge, wisdom, your life experiences can help to prevent people from making certain mistakes, can encourage others or enlighten others. What a waste it would be to die with all that you have learned, but have not shared. We are all walking encyclopedias filled with the knowledge of life. We are all teachers with something to teach. We all have diplomas from UHK, that's the University of Hard Knocks. We all are certified as professors to teach the curriculum to the freshman class. So, ladies and gentlemen, when the net of life catches you and it's your turn to leave this world, will you be remembered for all that you shared, or will you be forgotten? Just another occupier of space, a consumer of food, a laborer in the workforce? Or will you be remembered as a mentor, teacher, friend, companion to those who need what you have learned? I hope it's the latter for both you and me. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to say it's been an awesome show the last 5 months. I thank all those who've helped to make it possible. Ed and Sharon, the show staff, Susan, and all the people that come on here, all the special guests. Thank you. God bless. And let's keep doing it better and better in 2020. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. You are invaluable. Is that the right word? There's no price we can put on you with the experiences you learned to share with others who need it. Remember that. If you learn all this stuff and don't do anything with it, what good is it? It's just like the books that I'm giving out. What good are the books with the knowledge that's in them if they just sit there and collect dust? So to the two winners who got those books and they're still here, you got till Friday, today, end of business, to pick them up, to share them with somebody else. Or otherwise, I'll take them back and do it again on Monday. But we're going to take a break, top of the hour break, and we come back. If all works out, we'll have Bill Whitmire, Republican Chair of Milam County, calling us back up. We'll continue on with our discussions. Give us a call here at 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. Take about a 5 to 6 minute break. We'll see you on the other side.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The Dad Joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And, with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving.
If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Get a dose of music the way it should be played. Classic rock from the 60s, 70s, and 80s through today. On Classic Rock Radio.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation, February 7th, 2020. Matt, your host here. I got Susan Stroh with me, and we are very blessed and fortunate to have Bill Whitmire, Republican chair of Milam County, on the line. Bill, your mic's hot, and we thanks for calling back. I know you've got a lot of things going on. If you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-895-6442, 866-89-LOGIC. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. We were discussing with Bill in the first hour about Pelosi and the speech with Trump, the whole works. Bill, I got a question for you. What can we do? I got a clip of Matt Gaetz saying he's going to try to kick Pelosi out or censor or whatever it was he said. I got a clip of it. But what can we do to this woman to get her out of there? And it would help, Bill, when I turn your mic on. Go ahead.
You're not going to get her out of no, she's going to keep getting reelected because of the district she's in. So you're not going to get her out of office. But you can take her out of, the speakership. And that's going to be the big deal, after this election. I think you're going to have enough of the left wing. That's why, she came out with that, you played that clip in the first hour. And she said everything she said, and she's pandering to that left-wing base to try and make sure she holds on to that speakership.
Well, what if they lose the House? What if they lose the House and the Republicans get the House? Who gets it?
I don't know. Mike McCarthy is the minority leader from California. He possibly could get it. But there's no clear cut, like in the Senate, it's whoever's the most senior senator is your majority leader. But in the House, they actually elect the majority leaders from that Republican or Democrat caucus. And then usually whoever is picked to be Speaker of the House out of that caucus is the Speaker of the House. So it's not as clear cut, whereas the Senate's usually clear cut and very organized. The House is usually just a mishmash of knuckleheads. So,
you keep bringing up the word caucus. Let me skip over to something else. Let's go back to the Iowa caucus. It was a mess.
Okay.
In that we got Mayor Pete looking like he's pulling this one out real close, and Biden is. I don't know why people stick to this guy. If he can't do Iowa and he keeps having gaffes, and
he has never been strong in Iowa ever. And he's run for president. This is his third time now, and every time he's been weak in Iowa. So
he seems weak everywhere. I mean, I don't understand why people get drawn to him.
Well, when you figure it out,
I'll be rich,
and then we'll both know. So, because I agree with you. I have no idea why this guy is still there. He's never been successful when he's running for president. And part of the problem is he just doesn't speak to people well. He he touts that he's going to win the black vote in the South, but when you look at polls in the last week, he's gone from double-digit leads in the African American community down to 5 or 6 percentage points ahead. And in all actuality, the funny thing that you bring it up is I don't watch a lot of Fox News just because I already know what they're going to say, but I do watch a lot of what I call the enemy media. So I watch a lot of MSNBC. I watch a lot of CNN just so I know what the other folks are saying. But Van Jones, who was part of Obama's first administration and was, let go because of some stupid things that he said, he's not as stupid as a lot of people think he is from his interpretation standpoint. And he said something last night that jumped right out at me, and that was that if the Democrats don't quit taking the black vote for granted, Trump is going to steal it away, because Trump has done more for historically black colleges, for black unemployment, and for urban renewal than any Democrat president has in the last 50 years.
I'll top that, Bill. I think he stole it already. I think he's got it already.
When you listen to Van Jones last night, you could tell that was a serious concern for him. Is that I think he feels that way too. He just doesn't want to, declare their opportunities to capture the black vote is dead already. But I think it's already there, and I have a lot of friends that I talk to quite a bit in the political world who are pretty knowledgeable, and they've even said, that and they're leaders in the black community, and they've even said the same thing that Van Jones said last night. They said that when you actually sit down and objectively look at what President Trump has done, you can't help but want to support that man, because regardless of some of the inflammatory things he might have said in the past, what he has actually done in the 3 years that he's been in office is remarkable in the black community. And
which baffles me as to how Pelosi can say there's just page after page after page of lies. I don't understand how she could even broadcast that. She's broadcasting it to ignorant freaking people. That's what she's doing.
Because she's been saying it for 30-plus years that she's been in office. She's been talking that for 30-plus years. And if you talk something long enough, hard enough, you believe it, and you can't change it, and she's pandering to what she thinks needs to be said and what needs to be done to keep her job as Speaker of the House. It's an ego thing. You show me a politician without an ego, and I'll show you somebody who won't be in office very long. And so her ego won't let her let go. I've been asked by people many times when there are guys or girls that are on the ballot all the time, and they're like, why are they still running for office? Why do they switch? And it's ego. And it's damaging to their ego not to be in office.
Does Jim Jordan have an ego?
I don't know. I think he's done a really good job for his district, and I don't think he's in any fear of losing his district.
I think he's got like this common sense attitude where he's just like, this is ridiculous. Let's get the work done of the American people. And
I know a lot of people that live in his district, and they'll it's a couple of friends of mine from the Navy that live in his district, and they'll tell you he's at home a lot. He gets with the people a lot. He has a lot of town halls, and then he goes back and he does what people want him to do in those town halls. And so I don't know how big I'm sure he does have an ego. I mean, he was also a coach too. So, he's got to have somewhat of an ego. You can't really be a coach.
And he's got a good-looking body, right? He's got a good-looking body, right? You heard Trump. You heard Trump say that, right? He doesn't wear a jacket, and he goes, because he's a wrestler. He's a ex-wrestler,
Oh, yeah.
So he's making a joke about it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go there though. But,
It's okay, Bill. It's all right. I'll take the heat for it. It's okay.
But and so Pelosi, she's got to play this up. She feels this way, but like Van Jones said, if you're an objective minority leader in America right now, you look at what Trump has done, and it speaks across gender, across race, across religion. What he's done in America in 3 years is pretty amazing.
All right, Bill, you heard the music. We're going to take a break, everybody. We'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll continue on, and I'll play that clip from Matt Gaetz and see what he's got to say, and we'll talk about it. See you on the other side. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures. If you've decided to carry a handgun for self-defense, you better know what you're doing. If you don't, you better learn fast. Not only fast, but thoroughly. Aaron's Gun Shop and High Cap Adventures fills the void between a Johnny wannabe and a person who has been properly trained in the proper handling and use of a firearm. Call me, Matt Petros, at 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com and set up a class or seminar to get you started on the road to proficiency with a firearm for self-defense. Go to our website, aaronsgunshop.com, and review the High Cap Adventures page. We have seminars to cover most forms of firearms training. Call 254-697-4721 or email me at aaronsgunshop@gmail.com to get more information on how to get started with your training. The time for games is over. Reality starts now. aaronsgunshop.com.
Divorce attorney Ed Laughlin.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Have you been wanting to get a divorce but just haven't found an attorney that you can afford? Well, your search for an affordable attorney is finally over. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and I've been helping Texans get fast, inexpensive, hassle-free divorces for 25 years. I offer reasonable fees and always allow my clients to pay out their fees in payments that they can afford. Call me today at 773-8399 or toll-free 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment to get started. The first visit is always free.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed Laughlin today at 1-800-492-2589 or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589 or online at edlaughlin.com. That's 1-800-492-2589. Let Ed help you with all your legal needs. You'll feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad in Names and Numbers.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host. February 7th, I got Bill Whitmire, Republican Chair of Milam County, on the line. Susan Sterles with me. I've also got Jim on the line, and we're going to get to Jim in just a second here. Let me go through the protocol. If you want to be on the show, give us a comment, thought, question, whatever. 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio. And YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. We were discussing abortion and egos and all that, and we got Jim on the line, and I think he wants to discuss that. So, Bill, I want to put you on hold, buddy, and we're going to get a hold of Jim here, see what he's got to say. Jim, thanks for listening. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind, buddy?
Well, I've been driving down the road listening, and y'all got a great show.
Thank you.
But on the abortion thing, I hear all these lame excuses that the abortion people put up, like a woman's got a right to choose what happens to her body. She made that choice. She chose to have sex, and she got pregnant. She doesn't have the right to decide life and death over that unborn child.
Well, they don't agree with you. They think they can have the right to have sex, get pregnant, and have the abortion and continue on with their lifestyle. So their mindset is totally different from ours.
Well, that's because they were not raised decently. God, to me, it all goes back to God. He gave us choice. He expects us to use it wisely. what God wants us to do. When you have a problem, turn it to Him. Go to Him. Let Him help you work it out. But when we take things in our own hands and we supersede or try to supersede God, it always is wrong.
Yep, becomes a mess, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it does. It's killing unborn children. It's murder. That's all. It's pure and simple. It's pure and simple. And that stinking governor in, what is it, Virginia?
Northam, yep.
Yeah, let them go ahead and be born and just make them comfortable.
Well,
I went nuts when I heard him say that.
Well, Jim, I can't argue with you one bit. In my faith, my belief, my common sense, my rationale, it all goes to protect the unborn, whether it's legalistic or spiritual. Both ways with me is protect. And, if you don't want to get to that situation, you need to plan better. Don't get yourself pregnant. Keep your legs together. Keep it in your pants. Whatever it takes to get it done, don't screw it up to be in that situation in the first place.
I'm going to tell you, I'm an older man now. I'm 70 years old. My parents raised me when I was a teenager. My dad, he knew that there'd be certain things I'd be wanting to experiment with. And he got me off the side. He said, let me tell you something, Hot Rod. He said, if you get out here and you fool around and you get some little girl pregnant, he said, let me tell you what your life's going to be. He said, it's going to change drastically because you're going to be a married man. He said, you will marry that girl and you will take care of her and that baby.
Well,
he said it in such a manner, I believed him.
Yeah. But Jim, I've been saying this for quite a long time now. I think the family unit has been diluted by 3 generations. People of my age, maybe just a little bit younger, are probably the remnants of the way it used to be. But now, in most cases, I'm not going to say it all. There's fantastic families out there. I'm not taking that away from people. I'm just saying there seems to be a lot of people whose family upbringing has been diluted over the years as to a blasé, I don't care, me type of attitude. And we're in big trouble.
Well, yeah, and a lot of it, too, is selfishness. Young lady gets pregnant and she's in the middle of her career and she doesn't want to, it's an inconvenience to her to have a, I've actually heard this said, on talk shows, like, I don't want to have a child right now.
And that's fine. That's cool. I dig it. But if you get it,
well, yeah, don't get pregnant.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if you can't handle a child in your life right now, do not get pregnant. It's that simple. It's choices.
There you go.
It's decency. And we're running short. See, what they're wanting to do now, is let the mother make the decision on the delivery bed. No, man. How barbaric have we become?
Yeah, that's a good word for it. That's pretty barbaric. Look, let me tell you something. I lost a son, and I watched my wife have to go through the procedure. And then you see this beautiful little baby laying on her stomach because it was an accident. It just one of those things that happens. And then people just carelessly, because it's an inconvenience, do it.
Yep.
If I could transplant those images into their brains, they might reconsider.
Yeah, and I think they need to show some pretty graphic films and show some abortions. Let these young ladies watch these films and these young men, because a lot of times those fetuses come out in pieces.
That's right. Absolutely right.
I don't know what people think. I don't know what, and that idiot group, Planned Parenthood, that's the biggest bunch of creeps in the world. But I don't know what they're telling okay, we'll just go in there and we do this little procedure and the baby just comes right on out and we dispose of it. No, that's not it. That baby is ripped to pieces quite often.
And, I hope everybody hears that and remembers that, because they are. A lot of times that's what happens. But I'll tell you what, Jim, I got to move on. I appreciate your call.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. And remember, we can all be mentors, so let's try to spread the proper way of doing things. So let me I appreciate the call, Jim. Let me get Bill on the line.
Hey, thanks for talking to me.
Hey, no problem, buddy. Thanks for listening.
Good work.
All right.
All right.
Bill, you're on the air, bud. You're hot.
I'm here.
All right, good deal. Okay. I'm going to play that clip. I got a couple minutes to do it. So let me play that clip of Matt Gaetz. Is that how you say it, Bill?
Gates.
Yeah, Gates.
Gaetz. Gates has got it going on. Okay. So here we go. I'll play it. We'll talk about it.
And Matt Gaetz. Congressman Gaetz, you actually want to take a pretty aggressive step here. What is it?
Tomorrow, Laura, I will be filing charges against Nancy Pelosi in the House Ethics Committee. She disgraced the House of Representatives, she embarrassed our country, and she destroyed official records. The law does not allow the Speaker of the House to destroy the records of the House, and the rules of the House do not permit some little temper tantrum just because you don't like what the President of the United States says. And you know what? A lot of Republicans are sick of the double standard here. When Joe Wilson made a comment, an excited utterance, oh, the Democrats really brought the heat down on him when he said that Obama lied about illegals getting health care under Obamacare. By the way, Joe Wilson was right. But we ought to apply the same standards to the Democrats that they want to apply to us, and there will be an ethics investigation of Nancy Pelosi, and we will start the ball rolling to have her censured, and the first act begins tomorrow when Congressman Zeldin and I will join Kay Granger in a censure resolution, and we will force a vote on that resolution.
Well, you know.
Bill, do you think that's ever going to happen? They can do it, but it's no way going to pass.
No, I won't pass, but it's worth the photo. It's worth the optics to go ahead and do it, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, exactly what he said. It's the truth. It was, it was an official document presented to an officer of the government, and she tore it up.
Even if it's a copy of the document?
Huh?
Even if it's a copy of the
document?
document?
When it's presented to you, it's still an official document. You know?
Okay.
But here's the thing. The one thing that Matt Gaetz said that I don't agree with was that it was an act of passion, that it was, she was so frustrated and upset with everything that she did it. She had that plan.
That was calculated.
Yeah. That was a planned, calculated happening. There was no way that she just came up with that, because if you watch her during the speech, just like you pointed out and you noticed, she slowly tore each sheet so that when she got done, her little weak hands could rip the whole thing like she wanted to show for the optics, because it was a planned deal, and that in turn makes it even worse.
And here's the other thing I noticed too, Bill. Before Trump was finished, she started the procedure, but then she did it like 2 or 3 times. She had 2 or 3 sets of pages together that she ripped, and then she went from the one stack, lifted it up and moved it around, and she positioned her body a few different ways as though she's I got the camera over to the left, I got the camera to the front, I got the camera to the right, and for sure I got a camera above me. So she's probably thinking, I know what the cameras are doing, I know how this is going to be presented. So you're right, absolutely right. Planned, premeditated, the whole works.
But it's going to make, the one thing that it'll do, it won't go very far, but the one thing it will do is to make sure that everybody knows, that a point was made that you broke the law. It's not going to go anywhere, but it's an effective push for it.
Right. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll continue on. Give us a call here at 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us, social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio, and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. We'll be back in a few minutes. See you on the other side.
DWI and criminal defense attorney Ed Laughlin.
Just because you or a loved one has been pulled over or arrested for DWI does not mean you're guilty of DWI. I'm attorney Ed Laughlin, and to be arrested and charged with DWI, the officer has to only have probable cause that you're intoxicated. It's only the officer's opinion. However, to be convicted of DWI, your guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a much stricter burden. If you have been arrested for DWI or any other offense and want an attorney who will rigorously defend you, call me at 1-800-492-2589 or log on to my website at edlaughlin.com. Over the past 25 years as an attorney, I've been both a prosecutor and now a defense attorney. You need an experienced attorney who will work hard to get you the justice that you deserve.
What are you waiting for? Call Ed now at 1-800-492-2589 to schedule a free confidential appointment or visit Ed's website at edlaughlin.com. First visit is always free. You're going to feel a whole lot better. See Ed's ad and names and numbers.
Some knowledge belongs to us and us alone. The way our girlfriends walk, the way they talk, the way they touch their hair. We hold details that only a sister can know about her girls. But what about our other girls? The ones that we carry with us every day. Can we describe them when everything's right? Can we feel when something's wrong? Our bond with our sister girls gives life. But knowing your breasts can save it. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. That's knowyourgirls.org. Brought to you by Susan G. Komen and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Okay.
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way. Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host. It's February 7th, 2020. It's Friday. I'm with Susan Sterl. I got Bill Whitmire, Republican Chair, Milam County on the line. Your mic's hot, Bill. And if you want to be on the show, give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio. Look, I was just looking at an article. There's a woman down in Australia who wants to make sure that her children are taken care of the night before, that everything is set up, breakfast made for her husband, and she gets slammed that she wants to make breakfast for her husband. We've lost it here. I'll tell you what, call me what you want, but a man's a man and a woman's a woman. And in a normal world, the man protects that woman. The woman takes care of her man. The man loves that woman, and the woman respects her man. So the man better be respectable, okay? You better put it, because it's a two-way street. You want to be respected, you got to do things that earn respect. And a man's going to love a woman to death if she respects him. You notice how it says it in the Bible? It doesn't say the woman needs to love her man, needs to respect her man, because the man wants the respect. But you got to earn the respect. Sorry, sidebar. Okay, Bill, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
That was a little tangent there, but it's okay.
It's okay. Sometimes you got to get it out of your system.
Are you familiar with Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr?
Yeah, about as much as anybody else that took high school history.
Well, that's not as common as you think it is. So let's talk about that real quick. Since you're so familiar with it, tell us about it, Bill.
I'm not as familiar as you think I am with it. I mean, I know Aaron Burr, he got dead, but...
You got Alexander Hamilton versus Aaron Burr. No, I thought it was the other way around. I thought Hamilton took it.
Maybe I didn't take high school history as well.
Okay, anyway, we got Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr had a duel because they were in such a disagreement with each other. And I believe Alexander Hamilton wrote, I'm not for this, I don't want to do this, but honor stands, blah, blah, blah. And I even think Alexander Hamilton missed the shot on purpose, I believe. If my history is correct, please, I know there's people out there who know this inside and out. Give me a call. But the whole reason I bring it up, does it sound familiar? Can you give me a current event situation that may be the same? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, but...
I got Trump and Pelosi. I can just picture them with a set of dueling pistols. Okay? They're taking 7 paces and turn around. If we could still do that, I bet you that would happen.
You know what I equate it to? There was on Laugh-In, and I'm going way back. On Laugh-In years ago, Wilt Chamberlain fought Sammy Davis Jr. in a fake boxing match.
I remember
That's
that.
What it feels more like to me is Trump is Wilt Chamberlain, and Nancy Pelosi is dancing around the ring like Sammy Davis Jr. right now, and it's just like every time she does something, he just thumps her, and he's just playing with her right now. But yeah, I get your analogy though.
Okay. Well, Bill, let's talk about this. I got about 2.5 minutes here for this segment.
Let me just interject here. Aaron Burr killed Alexander Hamilton.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the two had been against each other for a long time.
Yes.
And yeah. So.
But if you continue to read, Susan, you'll find out that Alexander didn't want to do that. He was like, "What did I get myself into?" Basically. Bill, I got 2 minutes. Why don't you give us an update as to what's coming up? What's the next steps in coming up to November? What should we look for? What are your thought processes? We'd like to get your insight because you're into this all the time, and maybe we can ask questions based on what you say.
Okay. I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit. I'm sorry.
I was asking, since you're so in tune with everything and how it goes, give us an idea of what's the next step in the procedure getting to November. What do we have to look forward to? What can we expect? What might be something to watch out for? Things like that.
Well, here's the thing, Matt, is it's back to business as normal, and that question was actually asked several times Tuesday night after the State of the Union by several people on networks. Says after tomorrow, or after Wednesday in this case, after the acquittal, what's next? What's going to happen next? And I think first off, you got to get a budget together, and you got to get everything ready for 2021 because we are already 4 months into fiscal year 2020. We only have 8 months until we get into the next fiscal year. So they've got to get that started. They haven't even started work on that yet. And they've got to get that started or we're right back in our normal situation that everybody's frustrated with. But with that said, then you have Jerry Nadler immediately turning around and saying that he wants to start investigating Trump again. And he's already out there trying to set up dates to start holding hearings. Also, though, at the same time, it was announced this morning that the Treasury Department has all of Hunter Biden's records, and they are providing them to the Senate at the Senate's request. So probably in the next week or two, you'll start seeing Senate hearings into the Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Burisma and all that.
Now, you see, I mentioned this earlier. Trump is going through certain things because maybe the Lord is guiding this whole situation. It may look rough in one aspect, but now all of a sudden the corruptness of the Bidens are going to come into play because of all this. So,
well,
I got a heartbreak.
Right.
I got a heartbreak. Okay, listen, everybody. I got Rick on the line. He's going to give me some clarification of Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton. So we'll do that on the other side when we get back, and we'll finish up with what Bill was saying. See you on the other side.
Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop auto shop, family-owned and operated at 1402 North 3rd Street in Temple. Why go to another dealer? Quick Wrench Automotive, a full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair center, offers a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs nationwide, which also includes complimentary roadside assistance. Quick Wrench also offers the best price for oil changes around at $17.95 plus tax, which includes 5 quarts of oil, new oil filter, washer fluid, and complimentary 23-point inspection. Other great deals are available on our Facebook page as well as our website, quickwrenchautomotive.com. Give us a call Monday through Friday at 254-935-2145 to speak with an ASE certified technician. Quick Wrench Automotive, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Here at the Logic Nation, we often encourage you to be logical. Now, I've got 2 more great words to live by. Get supplied. With Studio L as a center point, Smith Supply will provide you with everything to clean anything and deliver it on time within 150 miles. That means we can deliver cleaning supplies to any facility, any business, including hotels and motels, even industries and factories, anywhere in the Killeen, Temple, Fort Hood Metro, Waco, and Austin. No matter where you are, we can ship to your order. We also provide janitorial services and building maintenance in some areas, and our Temple showroom and our online catalog are open to the public. We're here to save you money and get your supplies to you on time, every time. So, get supplied. Since 1961, we're Smith Supply, 254-773-3592, and online at smithsupply.com.
Arch Coons, the owner of ANC Firearms in Heidenhammer, Texas, is an avid gun enthusiast and enjoys helping all of his customers to find the gun that's perfect for them. With a large selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, finding the right gun becomes easy. Go to ANC Firearms, located at 5819 U.S. Highway 190 in Heidenhammer, or call them 254-983-4417. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives, and a whole lot more. ANC Firearms, 254-983-4417.
Bankruptcy attorney Ed Laughlin. I really hate to see families suffer, especially when there's something they can do. If you have too many bills to pay, the truth is that filing bankruptcy may be the best thing you ever do. I'm not just saying it, let me prove it to you. That's why I offer a free initial consultation. Call me, because you shouldn't just have to sit there and worry.
Call 1-800-492-2589. The phone call is free, and so is the appointment. You're going to feel a whole lot better.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. Matt, your host, February 7, 2020. Give us a call, 866-89-LOGIC, 866-895-6442. Stream us live at logicnation.us. Social media is at Facebook at Logic Nation Radio and YouTube at youtube.com/Logic Nation Radio. I got Rick on the line. He's driving around in Indiana today. So, Bill, let me put you on hold for a second. Let me get Rick on the line because he wants to make a comment concerning Hamilton and Burr. And, Rick, it's always a pleasure to hear you. Thanks for calling. Tell us about it, buddy.
Well, Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr were different parties. They didn't get along because of their political views. But the duel was over Alexander Hamilton having an affair with Aaron Burr's wife.
So they couldn't get along. They couldn't get together on politics, but they had mutual agreement on the wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something similar to that. And Alexander Hamilton did miss his shot on purpose.
Yeah, that's
the
what I thought.
second talked him into missing it. I think the seconds had agreed that they would do that, but Burr didn't do it. He saw an opportunity to kill Hamilton, and he did. After that, Burr's life went downhill.
Yeah. So in other words, they were going to Hamilton was going to be honorable and be there, and hopefully they would have agreed upon, let's just do this and saying we don't want to kill each other. But Burr said, screw that. I'm taking the shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of how that went.
Well, I appreciate that update. You got any other comments based on what we've been discussing today?
Pelosi needs to be in jail. Schiff needs to be in jail. Nadler needs to be in jail. That's all I got.
Well, that basically covers it, buddy.
I mean, that's just the way it should be. Yeah. I mean, but it ain't going to happen.
No, it's not.
The best thing we can hope for is that they get voted out of office.
I hope so.
And that would not surprise me.
What, that they get voted out of office?
Yeah, that they get. It wouldn't surprise me if they do get voted out of office, because I mean, even the people in California are starting to wake up and see what's going on.
Well, you got a point there, but Bill brings up a good point too. The location of where Pelosi is running from, she's got a lot of security in that position. Although a lot of California is saying, "Screw this, man! I got rats all over, I got transients all over, I got garbage all over. Who wants this?" So it'll be interesting to see. I keep saying that tsunami of red's coming. Let's see if California gets consumed by it.
And I just got to believe that the Republicans that's been disenfranchised are going to wake up and go to the polls in droves in California, like they haven't done in 30 years.
And I'll tell you that, since you brought that up, Raymond brought something up, which we've always brought up before, but Raymond's putting into the front face there, and I think we're going to keep it up. And that is for all those people who want to vote who can't get out, we need to get people who are willing to service those people by providing rides to the voting booth. And we need to go out there in full force. And I know it's just Texas here, and I know it's probably going to be good for Trump, but we still need to lead by example, because the thousands of people all over the planet are listening to us, and maybe they'll get inspired to do the same thing. So hopefully it'll work out.
I hope so.
Rick, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling. Let me get Bill back on the line.
All right. Take care. God bless.
You too. All right, Bill, I think I got you on the line here. Okay, we got you.
I think you do now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you heard Rick there. You heard the story now of Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr. And I didn't realize Burr had kind of said the same thing, but I guess he changed his mind at the last minute. But I definitely remember reading one of Hamilton's letters saying he doesn't want to do this. He's not going to take the shot, but he'll show up, basically.
Well, he had a history of running his mouth, Alexander Hamilton did. And I know it was always rumored that he had an affair with Aaron Burr's wife, but I don't think it ever got proved. But what it finally gave Burr the upper hand was, my recollection is that Hamilton actually said something about him, and somebody reported it as hearsay in a paper, and he sent a letter demanding Hamilton retract it, and Hamilton wouldn't retract it. So that's when he challenged him to a duel. And
the rest is history.
The funny part was it was outlawed in New York and New Jersey, and the duel happened in New Jersey. Hamilton died in New York, so both states eventually dropped the indictments against Burr. Both of them indicted him for murder, and then both of them dropped it because the crime happened in one state, but he died in the other state, and then the other state said, well, he died here, but the crime actually happened in the other state, so it's not ours either. So both of them dropped charges on Burr after that.
Bill, what do you think the odds are of that being taught in public school?
It's probably a sentence or two in a paragraph, and that's about it.
If that. Okay. I got to take a break. We'll come back for the last segment of the show. Bill's just stand by. We'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. See you on the other side.
Sweet strawberry icing. You were strolling along in Goodwill when just past that mid-century side table and denim jacket you spotted them, nestled in their display case. Miniature donut earrings. Oh, yes! Yes! Your favorite half-breakfast pastry, half-all-day dessert food, made into your favorite form of ear candy. Oh, my. Those bejeweled sprinkles have satisfied some unknown hunger within you. Shh. Do you smell that? That's the sugary scent of shopping success. For this is Goodwill. And with every item you buy, you fund local job training and more. So go forth. Bring home those donut earrings. And bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And, with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
Some knowledge belongs to us and us alone. The way our girlfriends walk, the way they talk, the way they touch their hair. We hold details that only a sister can know about her girls. But what about our other girls? The ones that we carry with us every day. Can we describe them when everything's right? Can we feel when something's wrong? Our bond with our sister girls gives life. But knowing your breasts can save it. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. That's knowyourgirls.org. Brought to you by Susan G. Coleman and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, everybody, to Logic Nation. February 7th, 2020. We're in the last segment of the show on Friday. You want to get a last-minute call-in, 866-89-LOGIC. I got Susan Sturl with me, Bill Whitmire, Republican Chair of Island County is on the line, and I've also got Raymond. So, Raymond, we're going to hit you up real quick here, see what you got to say. I always appreciate you listening. Thanks for calling, and I want to know what's on your mind, buddy.
Yes, sir. On your last segment, you had a brief recording that I don't know who that guy is, but he spoke for me exactly what I would have to say against Nancy Pelosi, what he wanted to file charges on her of what she did. And then after all that happened, I don't know if it was Bill Whitmire or somebody else said that most likely nothing is going to be done about that. And that's the reason for my call. Why is nothing going to be done about that? Because the woman apparently did something wrong. She knows she did something wrong, and it's not a hearsay. It was videoed by the whole country watching on what this woman did. And I just want to know, why is it that nothing's going to happen to her, period. You have a good day. Thank you, sir.
Well, Raymond, hey, before you go, Raymond, I want you to remember today is Friday. You know what Friday is, right? Raymond, did you leave me? Okay. I'll tell you, Raymond, even because I know you're listening. Shop's open tonight, so I expect to see you there. And I think Susan's going to be there, and so many others are going to be there. And I hope that you come out there too, the listening audience. There's plenty of space for all you thousands of people. Come on. Okay, we'll work it out. But to answer your question, Raymond, probably nothing's going to happen because not the right people are in the proper positions of power to get it done. They're covered. They're CYAing. They're covering each other's you-know-what. And so if the House goes Republican, okay, maybe we can get something done. But at this point,
Well, let me just make a point that the Democrats used this impeachment. It didn't go anywhere, but did they make any points while they were doing this impeachment? And why can't we just make a point going through the motions that we think it's a bad thing that what she did?
Well,
and not put her in jail. It's just it's a moral, it's a point thing that we're making. We're making a clarification.
Matt Gaetz is going to do that.
Right.
So he'll make it.
I think it's important to do that. Just like they had to go through impeachment, even though they knew it wasn't going to amount to anything. They got 50 hours in the Senate to talk about it.
But do they keep going on and on and on about it? Or do they say, listen, here's the deal.
I don't know.
We'll rise to the occasion. We'll make our point, and then we're going on with the people's business. I mean, the people's business have been delayed for the last 3 years. If it wasn't for Trump fighting every inch of the
I
way
think
with these
it's
people.
important to show that the Republicans are going to at least step up and say something. Because they haven't for the last 30, 50 years.
I want them to say something, but I don't want them to get stuck in the trap of what Democrats have done and vice versa.
Well, I agree with that. But
all right. Raymond, thanks for that call. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a tremendous week, a lot going on this last week. Like I said, we had the Super Bowl.
It was a good week.
We had, what was on Monday? The caucus, which was a shambles. And it was very surprising that Mayor Pete is where he's at. But there's so many other things to look at when it comes to it. So is Biden really going to pull it all together again and be the lead? But I'll tell you, he's so weak at his leadership position, meaning he's just barely leading in a lot of these contests. And so when it comes time for him to actually, if he's actually the one that they pick, to come up against Trump, yes, you're going to get a lot of people who were going with other candidates and they're going to start backing Biden. But still, then it was kind of reluctance. They're doing it. And then you go against Trump, he's a steamroller. I had a clip.
He is steamrolling over them no matter what they do. And it's just,
I had a clip.
are on the ground throwing a hissy fit.
I had a clip of Biden. You remember that clip? And you just watch it and you want to go to sleep. The people there go to sleep.
Well, he won't even look at the camera correctly. He was hiding behind one of those things before. And when he talks, he turns around. He turns his back to the camera all the time.
He'll give you a half sentence and he'll say, "You must be a Trumper. I'm not gonna. Don't vote for me. Get out of here."
Well, he can't even finish a whole sentence.
That's right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to finish up here. I want to thank everybody for listening and calling. Had a great time.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
That's right. And if you're free tonight, come on out to the range, Aaron's Gun Shop. Go to aaronsgunshop.com for directions.
Got to practice
phone
that
numbers.
shooting.
Love to see you. Love to put the face behind the voices of people calling in and just get to meet you. It's a good time. A lot of great people there. Hope to see Raymond, Susan, and everybody else. And we'll just have a good time tonight. So until next week, God bless. Keep your powder dry. And let's hope nothing dramatic happens over the weekend. We'll see you on the other side, everybody. Take care.